Did I scare you? My apology. Welcome back to another Space Engineers video. Now this video is being made in response to a comment that was left on my third last video, a couple videos ago. And as a new subscriber asked, can you make a video to show the creative process of building a ship from zero? First, I want to thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you again for commenting. This actually really helps me decide what I'm gonna make next. Hence this video. I'm going to go through the creative process of building a ship starting from nothing, and what I like to think when I'm designing a ship for myself. All right, so I'm gonna put on the screen right now a couple of ships and tell me what you see. Ah, yes, some pretty iconic ships. Yes, you may recognize all of them. What is the thing that you noticed about all of them? If you could describe each of these ships in one word, what would you say? Triangle, square, circle with sticks. I think one thing that people get in their head about is, how can I make this ship look super cool and in depth as other ships? But if you break down other ships to the bare bones, they're all just basic shapes. The biggest and most iconic one is the Star Destroyer. It's a floating pizza. But if you took the center column, extruded it, and then added a command bridge on the top, boom, that's a Star Destroyer. All right, so what I'm gonna start with, and how I usually start all my ships, is by the general size. What kind of classification do I want to make it? In my one video, I briefly talked about different sizes of ships and how I like to classify ships. The standard size being from, I believe it was 30 blocks to like 50 blocks. It's kind of what you would classify as a frigate, but essentially I like to start with the length of the ship. So we're gonna go with just a standard frigate size, 35 blocks long, and see what we can do to build off of it. I'm going to say that this is the front of my ship and this is the rear. We're going to have the cab somewhere around here. So we're going to bring down a couple blocks and make grooves to physically tell where the command bridge is going to be and sit. So now that you see that we have a definition on the top, we can do the same to the bottom. So maybe we're going to have this section right under the cab a little thicker because it's probably going to house most of the power in the ship, and we're going to keep the rear of the ship mostly empty. Another common thing I like to do in all of my ships is have negative space inside the ship for reverse thrusters, so when I put thrusters in, it will not damage the ship. So once I get a basic idea of the vertical shape of it, I like to imagine what is going to look like coming out. Is it going to be wide? Is it going to have big wings sticking out? Is it going to keep the overall shape pretty thin, like a blade, like my other designs? All right, so now here we go. We kind of get an idea of what the side of the ship is going to be. And if you notice, I did change the vertical structure, because now I think I want to design this ship more so like an MC-80 from Star Wars. And that's the great thing about Space Engineers, especially doing this style of building. You can really just keep playing with the design and being like, oh, I like this. I don't really like this. I'll get rid of it. Maybe I'll add, maybe I want this slope to be a little more gradual. So you'll go like this. And it's all blocky at first, but later down the line, obviously once you get more in depth with it, then you start adding your slopes. So we have a basic shape of the ship now. I think it's a perfect time to start adding the inside components. Now this is just to test out the flight capability. Flies pretty fast. I'm happy with that. Picks up speed. All right, now, as you can see, we have jam-packed the engine area. So now the next part is, because we have all of the thrusters all in there, we can think about other components later, because we still have tons of space in here in the back in these little nooks and crannies. We can fit more stuff like hydrogen tanks and oxygen tanks, maybe some simple refineries or assemblers, as well as we still have a lot of underbelly side for more atmospheric thrusters. I was going to keep it basic and simple and not have them, but I was like, you know what, I've got the room, and this ship looks like it would be able to glide through atmosphere pretty nicely. So I think I'm going to go with it being a totally amphibious ship in terms of being able to go down to a planet and resurface. So now let's just smooth it out and get the full shape down. So what we're going to do now can be better explained in a previous video that I made called How to Improve the Look of Your Starship. If you want greater detail on what we're going to do next, go ahead and check that video out. But essentially, what we're doing is adding more detail to the ship. Unfortunately, this is where your creative side is supposed to come out. I can't help you with this. Just, put as much effort into this phase as you can. This is where you're going to put in your own ideas and what you think is going to look best and what's going to make your ship your ship. So just have fun with it. If you don't like it, you can always change it. But that's what we're going to do right now. This is the Mono 3 class frigate. Built by the Kila Space Industries, this vessel was designed to bring cargo from water homeworlds to new ones. Because of the amount of traveling done in space, most vessels would not repair the outer shell of the ship, leaving worn out pieces of armor throughout the ship. The Mono 3 was equipped with Class 1 jump drives, allowing for quick travel to other systems. On the bottom of the vessel, the Mono had large folding doors to allow cargo and supplies to be fitted inside with no problems and easy access. The ship was not at all defenseless. It wielded 2 missile pods and 2 Aiden-class turrets meant for point defense. Flights were long, so the lounge area was large to allow for supreme comfort for the crew. And that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoy. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're not already. And if you are subscribed, comment your name in the comment section below and I'll put it up on the subscriber wall. Real talk though, thanks everyone for leaving the comments and getting me a lot of views. I hope you like my content and feel free to check out my other videos. It's not space engineers related, but I hope you enjoy that stuff as well. And if not, let me know what I can do to make things better. So thank you all, and Chonkers out.